So for today, day one, the exciting beginning, we are going to need a Bible. If you don't have your Bible with you, you can use the Bible app on your phone. Either of those work. We are going to be in Matthew. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to find Matthew 9. Matthew 9. So find that now. With me, okay? All right, Matthew 9, verse 9 says, "As Jesus went on from here, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the tax office, and he said to him, 'Follow me.' So he got up and followed him. While he was reclining at the table in the house, many tax collectors and sinners came as guests to eat with Jesus and his disciples. When the Pharisees saw this, they asked his disciples, 'Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?' But when he heard this, he said, 'Those who are well don't need a doctor, but the sick do. Go and learn what that means. I desire mercy and not sacrifice. For I didn't come to call the righteous, but sinners.'" We just finished our reading in the Bible, so we are going to discuss a few things before we get back started. I know that if we were in person, we would talk about some of the words, some of the things, and have a really great discussion, which we will later talk about. But before we do that, I do want us to have a few things that I know we probably don't use on a regular basis, words or phrases, so let's get those out of the way. So the first one I would probably assume you do not hear on a regular basis is Pharisees. So Pharisees are just teachers of the law. Remember, the Bible was not complete in the time that Jesus was alive, so they are going based on the first several books in the Bible, and they know that very well. So they are the teachers of the law. Second of all, tax collectors. Why would people not like tax collectors? Well, tax collectors back in the day of Jesus were people who weren't always very honest. They required people to send money to them for the government, which is similar to what we have now, but sometimes they would keep that money themselves. So people didn't generally like them. They thought they were kind of greedy and not very truthful. So they kind of took advantage of their position in the government. Hopefully you have noticed I have somewhat of a poster behind me. It's not a huge one. Hopefully you can read it. All right, so we're going to read it together. Obviously, I cannot hear you, but please read along with me. I know it might sound silly, but it really helps if you're reading it out loud so you can hear it and internalize it. Okay, we're in John 15:9. If you would like to flip there in your Bible, that's great. All right, "As the Father has loved me, I have also loved you. Remain in my love." Now remember, in our story, Jesus chose to love a tax collector, and as the Pharisees reminded us that those are not exactly everyone's favorite people. He loved the sinners, and he loved the people who were not perfect, and we aren't perfect, so that is such a comfort for us. Jesus chose to love us even though we aren't perfect. Isn't that awesome? Jesus' love for you is unconditional. Isn't that awesome? And by remaining in his love, you have a foundation to build your life upon. And that foundation is so strong.